This video is about verb tense. We're going to focus on the simple past and weak verbs. What is simple past? Simple past tense in German is called the Präteritum. It is the narrative past, the past tense that Germans use for writing. We are starting with weak verbs. For weak verbs, the formula is stem plus te plus endings. The endings are nothing, st, nothing, en, t, en. The e's are in parentheses because there are times when they are not needed. You'll see why soon. Let's look at an example. I bought a book in English is Ich kaufte ein Buch in German. You can see that the conjugated verb kaufte is in the second position. The verb to buy is kaufen. The stem is kauf. The formula is stem plus te plus endings. Since the subject is ich, the ending is nothing. Conjugated verbs in the Präteritum are always in the second position. These past tense verbs look similar to the present tense RZS and ir conjugations of the verb. The difference is noticeable in the te addition. Kauft ein Buch in the present tense, he buys a book, looks similar to kaufte ein Buch, he bought a book in the simple past. Note the e at the end. That shows you that the verb is past. We're going to look at more regular simple past verbs. This is not like the perfect. Remember, there are no helping verbs, only the simple past verb. For all weak verbs, the formula for the simple past is stem plus te plus endings. Let's see if you can figure some out. We will conjugate them for ich or RZS for these examples. You would need to add endings for the other forms, but this is the easiest. So why don't you take a second and pause the video and try to fill in the simple past verbs for the entire table at the top. You should have kaufte, machte, sagte, kochte, spielte, tanzte, and lernte. There are special verbs whose stems end in d or t, which need an extra letter. One example is arbeiten. The stem is arbeit and you add te. You cannot add a te to a stem ending in t or d. Since the formula for weak simple past verbs is stem plus te plus endings, you will need an e before adding your te. So, what do you think the simple past version of arbeiten is? Feel free to pause the video and try it. You should have written arbeitete. Now it makes more sense about why it is only for writing and not for speaking. Let's try some examples. We have 6 examples below. Pause the video and see if you can do these on your own. If you would like to work together on the first one, we can try that one now. If you would like to try them all on your own, pause the video. So the first one says, he played basketball yesterday. We need to figure out what the verb for to play is. That verb is spielen. Our formula is stem plus te plus endings. So the stem of spielen is spiel. We need to add our te, so now we have spielte. Our subject is he. How do you say he in German? You should have said So what's the ending for that you add to simple past verbs? You should say nothing. So we have spielte. Now we just need basketball yesterday. Remember, we like to put time first whenever possible. So spielte gestern basketball. Try the rest on your own by pausing the video now. For the rest, you should have wir machten die Hausaufgabe. You could also have wir machten die Hausaufgaben. That would also be fine. Ich kochte das Hähnchen. Du sagtest das. Die Studenten tanzten letzten Abend. Ihr arbeitetet am Montag. Remember, simple past is for writing in German, whereas the present perfect is used for speaking in German. This is reversed in English, where we use simple past for speaking and present perfect mostly for writing.